Hello and welcome to the Real for Life podcast with Jesse and Joe. How's golf today, Joe?
Exhausting.
Still working on
Think-
that intro song, by the way. 8
Yeah,
more
where the fuck?
episodes.
I thought you wrote a whole song.
I wrote the lyrics.
Well, just
I got the
chime them
beat.
out.
I
Chime
just
them
gotta
out.
I gotta record it. These things don't happen overnight. Actually, they do happen overnight. I just haven't found a night yet.
Mm-hmm.
So how's golf?
I was plus 12 on the turn, and then I just stopped counting.
How
It was bad.
long did it take for my brother to tell you he got an ace yesterday?
He texted me 800 times.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
and
I
sent
would
me a
too.
picture.
I'd be fucking pumped. Like,
Right.
I will. That will never happen to me in my life.
They will.
I don't think so.
Maybe
That's
like a par 3.
I'm hoping to golf like maybe 2 more times before your tournament. I'll be just as bad as I was last year.
Yeah, my buddy's taking me to Gamble Sands
Mhm.
next week, which is like a really nice course.
Mhm.
And yeah, I suck. So totally worth it.
Nice. I just had to switch my audio for some reason. Your voice was coming through the computer instead of the headphones.
Yeah.
It's a high-tech setup here.
Very high tech.
Yeah. So how you like my hat? Huh?
Pretty gangster. Pretty gangster.
It so the first time I ever wore it was yesterday, right? So because they just came in the mail. I got 2 for you as well if you want them.
Okay.
So we go to the Cheesecake Factory because it's, my wife turned 40 this week. So she went super basic. We went, oh gosh. She made an appointment in the morning to go to High Tea.
The fuck is that?
It's where you go to a tea shop and they give you tea and like a platter full of like English food, which is fucking miserable, by the way. The English food sucks. Is there anything good that's come out of England other than America?
Gravy.
Like,
That's good.
nothing. Yeah. I'm sitting here eating a fucking sandwich with jelly and ham. That is not a combination that should ever happen.
Yeah, it's a weird combo. Was
Yeah.
it good?
No.
I mean, that
There's-
Monte Cristo is basically ham sandwich with jelly.
Yeah, but Monte Cristo is Spanish. And Spanish women are hot. English women are not. Everything in the world is tied
Dental
to how
plan.
hot the women in your culture are. Everything.
Yeah. Good job, Brazil.
Yeah, no shit. They're pretty damn good at volleyball, but mostly because of them shorts.
Yeah.
So we're at the Cheesecake Factory, which I haven't been to before, by the way.
You've never been to a Cheesecake Factory.
No, and I'm in love.
Oh my God. You're so fucking basic.
I'm fine. I own it. I'm good with it.
Oh, dude. Their menu is so big. Like, I don't need a fucking book to find my meal.
Call me basic all day long. Your boy here had a French dip cheeseburger. It's a fucking cheeseburger on a French roll that you dip in au jus sauce.
Yeah, sounds bomb.
It was incredible. It was probably 3,000 calories, but
Absolutely.
it was incredible. And then, as if cheesecake isn't good enough, let's make a Cinnabon style cheesecake. It was amazing. So we go in, and this gal's sitting there, like she's got like 2 kids and a husband, and the husband's like basically looks like he's prior service kind of guy,
Okay.
And his wife's like, "So what's the Real for Life podcast?" And it caught me off guard. I had no idea how to answer.
You're like,
And
I don't know.
I kind of fumbled around for a second. I was like, S, respect the milk. So I fumbled
Respect the
around
milk.
for a minute, and I was like, it's me and my buddy Joe. So he lives in a different town, and we just kind of catch up every 2 weeks. And it's still no reaction from her husband. And I was like, there's not enough middle-aged bros with podcasts out there. So, and he just fucking laughs. So
We're another one.
Hey, which brings us to our first subject of the day. Representation matters, Joe. That's what they tell us. They keep telling us representation matters, and middle-aged white bros and podcasts. There's not enough of us.
No.
No, what I'm talking about is this
female Democrats.
This Caitlin, no shit. This Caitlin Clark madness. And I'm enjoying the conversation around it because I feel like it's a conversation that should probably be had. But a lot of people are screaming racism because this Caitlin Clark college player that is going to the WNBA, she will command tens of thousands of dollars. She
I meant that internal.
I think she's getting 72 grand a year, and she signed an 8-figure deal with Nike, which is awesome.
Right.
But people are making a big deal because they're like, well, it's only because she's white. No, she's a really good basketball player.
No, it's only a big deal because she's white.
Right. That happens to be white. But this is where the argument is for me, because we make a big deal about it when somebody breaks out of the norm. Right. So like, if we have somebody come along that kicks the NHL's ass and they happen to be a Hindu Indian, we're going to celebrate that, right? We're going to say that's an outlier, that's a standout, that's pretty cool, that's worth celebrating. And in the WNBA, I mean, there's not a lot of white chicks, so it stands out. The difference is, and here's the difference, is that she's not there because she's white. She's not being a big deal because she's white. That's not why she's in that position. She's in that position.
She's just killing it.
Same as like the difference between, we celebrated Tiger Woods like crazy because he was, black and Asian, looks black, and he was the best fucking golfer by a mile, right? And that was celebrating because, not a lot of black people go into golf. There's a big difference between that and celebrating like Kamala Harris, who's the first black vice president female.
Who's that? I've never heard of her.
Right. Well, let me tell you who I am.
You mean Condoleezza Harris?
Yeah. Knee pads Kamala. So the difference is that she's not there because she fucking earned it. She was the first one to get kicked out of the primary. Tulsi kicked her ass in the debates. Biden came out and straight up said, I am choosing her because she is a black female, not because she's the best candidate. There's a big difference between being a true outlier and kicking ass and being chosen simply because you meet a demographic. So like it's worth celebrating. So anyway, that's all I'm going to harp on that. I like people having that conversation because I feel like we've been so browbeaten to this point where you're not really allowed to approach anything racial anymore.
How about just celebrate people that are good at what they're doing? What does race have to do with anything?
And that used to be what it was. I mean, let's look at our founders here, the true founders of anti-racism, En Vogue. So En Vogue already started. They already fucking solved this in the 90s with free your mind and the rest will follow. Be colorblind. Don't be so shallow. Like, love that song.
How long did it take you to come up with that? Did you just invent that right now?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
But it's true. I mean, back in the 90s, let's look at the top fucking shows on TV, dude. Every day. It was like Fresh Prince was fucking awesome.
Martin.
Family Matters was awesome. Martin. By my measure, the best fucking sketch comedy show of all time, In Living Color.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Also had Jim Carrey.
I remember when I was like, I don't even know, 10 maybe? I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
In Living Color did a halftime show.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I do. I recorded it because like it was such a big deal. So you turned off the Super Bowl, you went to In Living Color, they did a halftime show, but they had a timer in the corner showing you as soon as this show's over, go back to the fucking Super Bowl. and I recorded on VHS, and it was hilarious. Like one of the best skit comedy shows of all time. Like
Yeah, they're
fuck
amazing.
SNL, and Living Color murdered it.
Yeah,
Plus
SNL has
JLo.
certainly had some great moments, but Mad TV was pretty good. But In Living Color just crushed. Plus, they had the Fly Girls. Get the fuck
Right.
out of here, dude. The
Well,
birth of
and
J-Lo.
you're right. They didn't do anything political. They just made
No,
fun of people.
but that's because back then nobody gave a shit. Like politics didn't consume your daily life the way it does nowadays. Like if you had one neighbor that was Republican, one neighbor that was Democrat, you'd be like, dumb, dumb. But then you'd have a barbecue together, right?
Right.
Nowadays, it's like, oh, well, now you're my fucking sworn enemy, which is
Right.
just ridiculous.
It's
So,
insane.
but yeah, the whole point is that back in the 90s, this whole thing was already solved. I mean, there was maybe like differences between like your average white neighborhood and, black neighborhood culture, all that good stuff. But the hatred was not there, right? So like black people would make fun of white people would laugh at white people. And it was all just kind of accepted. Like
Mainly
it was
dancing.
mainly dancing. Like it was pretty much solved. But then
Well, and we
we had
touched base on this the other day when we spoke, where it's like
Mhm.
our true founding fathers. And coming from like I wasn't in the 60s, but coming from the 60s, there was a huge movement, obviously, and it was all about equality and everybody needs to love each other. And
Absolutely.
it's not about the individual, it's about everybody just needs to get along. And like
Right.
we were the last generation of like, oh, like that fucking makes sense. Like obviously our parents show a little bit of racism, our grandparents show a lot of racism, and it just gets worse the further you go. But
Yeah.
our generation was like
We solved it.
resolved it where there was like,
Yeah.
no, like what is racism? Like, no, we all get along.
Hmm.
But this new generation wants to be fucking identified all the time. And like it's against
Mhm.
what we were taught of like everybody's just it's just the community and nobody gives a shit. But now you need to call somebody he, they, she, her, pet, cat, whatever the fuck. And it's like, no, like you're just a human. Like, let's just move the fuck on. Nobody cares.
Yeah, you're cool, I'm cool. We're
Right.
good.
I
But
don't
that
need to
takes me
call you by a fucking title.
back to En Vogue when it used to be, be colorblind was the goal. And now, like, I've gone to DEI classes through work lately where it's like, if you say that you're colorblind and that you don't see color, that is now considered racism because you're not acknowledging somebody's lived experience, which, by the way, your lived experience nowadays,
Isn't.
I'm sorry, it's just not there.
No.
Like, where I work, there's only one group of people that you can absolutely discriminate every single day, and it's absolutely acceptable.
Middle-aged white dudes.
Yeah. And I don't want to be like, woe is me, the middle-aged, white
No, I'm
guy.
doing fine.
But well, mostly because I don't care. Like, go ahead and make fun of me. I really don't care. But the goal in the 90s, and everybody was on board with this, was equality of opportunity. Like we wanted to get to a place where no matter what your color, creed, background, whatever, like we all wanted to start somewhat from the same starting point and kind of have the same opportunities, right? And that's just gone out the window. It's no longer, it's no longer equality of opportunity, it's equality of outcome. And when you have equality of outcome, you're hiring people strictly to meet a quota. Not only does your productivity go down, but your innovation goes way down. Everything goes down because you're no longer competing based on merit. You're only competing based off of inalienable characteristics that nobody has any control over.
Did you see this Elon Musk and Don Lemon interview?
Yeah, I did. And
he's like,
Elon
no,
made a great point.
People are going to die. And he's like, well, you're just speaking into the future like that. You can't make a point into the future. like basically, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, you're so stupid.
Well, and Don Lemon, all he does is complain about race, but he grew up in a very nice household. Like, went to, I don't know which Ivy
This is
League
gonna be
college he
super
went to.
racist, but I'm sure Don Lemon can say ask.
Yeah, he definitely can. And he said something in there. First of all, this was supposed to be a patty cake interview because Elon Musk was basically giving him a platform on X for his new show.
Right.
They were coming up with a contract, and Don Lemon wanted a stake in the company in X. He wanted a free Tesla Cybertruck, and he wanted a 7-figure salary. Oh, and he also wanted to go to space on SpaceX. Those were his demands for somebody that got less than 300,000 viewers per night on fucking primetime TV. Like, the guy's a joke. But Elon hit him hard. He was like, they started talking about race, and he's like, dude, literally every race on earth has been a slave at some point, everywhere. And Elon's more persecuted right now than Don Lemon is. Like, they're straight up killing all white farmers in South Africa right now.
Right.
Like, the people running for government are running on a platform of kill all the white farmers. So I don't know. The world's a mess, man. I don't know where we got off track because, like I said, in the 90s, we were dialed. Like, we were heading in the right direction.
It was a group effort, and it needed to be a group effort. And now it's all about the individual and the mental health. If I hear mental health one more time in my fucking life, I'm gonna kill myself. Like, I don't give a fuck about your mental health. Everybody is anxiety and a cucumber. Like, we're full of water and anxiety. That's it. Everybody has issues. I don't give a fuck about your issues.
Yeah. We all have issues. We all had a shitty childhood. It is what it is. But I think, this is tinfoil hat time, but I honestly think that they stoke the racial fires and they stoke all this because the more poor people and rich people, white people and black people, the more we all get along, the less power the government has.
Yeah,
if we all get along and we take care of each other at the community level, then we don't need the government and they don't get as much money. And that's all it is. It's just a big ploy to put us against each other, make us more dependent on the government. The government gets more power, and that's all it is. If you ever look at the back of a $20 bill, man, there's some crazy stuff going on back there.
He's over there in the weeds smoking.
Red team go. Red team go.
All right, we should hit some topics that are not serious because nothing we've said so far is funny.
I mean, yeah, accurate. That's pretty accurate. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not a serious podcast.
I got one lined up for you.
Dude, all of my fucking points are about penises.
That is your main focus of thought most of the time.
Yeah, so I have growers and showers.
Okay.
And I have dick hole to pee pre-cum. That's a no.
We'll come back to the growers and showers. I want to hear more about this.
So, like, you have one tube in your dick when you pee, right?
I mean, I have two, but no, I'm kidding. Yeah, there's one tube. It's one way.
Why is it pee in two streams? Like, it comes out like a squirt gun, right? Right.
That's because your jisms that come out, one little piece will dry up in there,
right?
And it'll create a little roadblock.
Yeah, that's like the worst thing in the world. Like, first morning piss, you're pissing in like 8 directions. You can't control that.
There's nothing better than that first pee afterwards, where it just burns just a little. But yeah, you got to be careful.
Right, but like, how do you stop
man
it?
Sits down.
Jesus Christ, I have a cat crawling all over my shit. Anyways, what do you do? Like, do you have a cheat code for that when you start peeing in like 8 directions?
Yeah. You just like try to pee as fast as you can. Like you force that shit out, and eventually that blockage will clear and it'll turn into one stream. Please tell me you've tried that.
I have tried that.
Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The smart move is to sit down, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not a bitch.
No, I try to lean forward and squat a little bit, but like, what was the movie? Jim Carrey.
I have a handprint on my wall from where I lean to pee.
The Jim Carrey movie where he's Me, Myself, and Irene.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And he's taking a piss, and it's like, he's like, why am I peeing like we had sex last night?
He's like pulling down the shower curtain. That's a great movie.
Oh, fuck. So, yeah, that was a note. Well, me and Katie were in Leavenworth for the weekend, so we had some fun. And, yeah, every morning I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Good thing this is a hotel.
Every morning? We're talking multiple nights in a row?
Yeah, we stayed for 3 days.
Oh my gosh, what's that like?
It was pretty incredible.
Yeah, I've been married 11 years. That consecutive
nights
thing?
12.
That consecutive nights, like, that's just not normal.
Consecutive nights and days. This was like a nonstop. We were basically bunnies for 3 days.
Good for you.
It was pretty nice. And my kids listen to this, so I'm keeping it very PG.
If we have marital time twice in a week, it's like, what are we doing over here? Are we starting an OnlyFans?
Oh my God, seriously, dude? I have sex every day.
That was actually one of my subjects here. If you're a chick on Instagram, you know how when you pull up the profile and it lists like your profession? So like some will say like influencer, some will say like,
That is the worst word ever, by the way.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. I mean, it is a job, but if your job says model, but you've got a link to your OnlyFans, you're not a fucking model. You're literally, I mean, I'm not calling you a prostitute either, but you're definitely not a model.
You're on the spectrum of prostitution.
On the other hand, all of them are prostitutes because all of them every few months will post like cool pictures in Dubai, and why they're being flown there.
Right.
They're definitely not paying for their own vacation.
Yeah, they're not in their own budget.
And more power to them. Like, I think we talked about this a couple episodes ago, but like when I see a super hot chick, I just assume they have an OnlyFans. Because
why wouldn't you
leaving money on the table? Oh, dude, if I was a hot chick, I don't know if I'd have
nobody wants to see my feet.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose if you're going to think about having kids and stuff, you probably don't want your stuff out there. But I mean, okay, if I was a hot chick, which I would be, by the way, I'd be a little thick. Okay. But this is the easiest fucking model in the world for getting rich. If you're a hot chick.
Yeah.
You pick up a hobby that is typically
founded on prostitution.
Yes.
Right. Guns and prostitution.
Cultures hinge on hot chicks.
Right.
Yes.
Take a picture of your butt. You're fine.
Mm-hmm. Good to go.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I sent my wife multiple butt pictures as a joke.
Wait a minute. Because you or other chicks?
Huh? Of me. Because
you've taken pictures of your butthole?
No, not my butthole.
Oh.
Just the butt.
Oh, man. Oh.
I have sent a picture of my butthole to my buddy James once, like I was drunk as shit. And Katie took the picture and we sent it to him. He's just like, you're an asshole. I'm like, touche.
That's awesome.
But I was like, I worked out of town for a long time. And I was like, dude, just send me a picture of your butt. And she's like, no. So I sent her a picture of my butt. I'm like, look, this is how easy it is.
Nice. But yeah, if you're a hot chick, get on Instagram. Take up a hobby that's typically a dude's hobby. I'll give you a couple of examples. If you're a chick with a Jeep, right? thousands of followers. I follow one page called The Drywall Chicks, and it's just
yeah, I follow that, which is awful, but I follow that too.
it's two hot chicks that hang drywall.
That chick, I sent you a video that is like, she's a trick rider on the sport bikes,
dude,
and she's
awesome,
hot, and she can ride like it's insane
to the point where I like literally out of my league.
Yeah,
not cool enough.
Like I couldn't even speak to her. I'm like, you.
Yeah, but if you're like
you're better than me,
hot chick that golfs, hot chick that's a big Steelers fan, literally anything that guys are into, inject a hot chick. You get hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram. Then you start the OnlyFans. Like I follow a chick, it's a couple, and I've followed them for a long time. They're a Jeep couple called Light Bright Nation, and she's like a really hot blonde chick, right? She's not the hottest chick in the world, but she's pretty hot. And we've actually wheeled with her. Them. I don't count him. But we were in one of their videos. But
was it like an orgy?
No, we were jeeping.
What was the Jeep group you're talking about? Like that literally just rides and fucks.
Wait a minute, what?
You were telling me like there's different Jeep groups, and then there's this one that's all like basically.
Oh yeah. So the Rubicon. So on the Rubicon Trail, so I'm a guide for Jeep Jamboree, and it's very family friendly organization, and they do big events all over the country. So I guide for the Tillamook State Forest one. They also do a guided run at the Rubicon Trail down in South Lake Tahoe. Now, Jeep Jamboree, you don't want to get it confused with Jeepers Jamboree.
That's the one.
Because Jeepers Jamboree is basically a key party. A lot of alcohol, a lot of switching of tents, from what I hear. Yes. And good for them. But anyway, back to Light Bright. So they're in it for a few years. They've got a couple million followers on the Instagrams. She starts an OnlyFans page. She doesn't promote it. I think she posts about it like twice. But word gets out. A couple weeks later, husband gets a Ferrari.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah. And then they buy I think 800 horsepower Demon motor powered AMW Wrangler with 40s. Like, just, if you were to go to America's Most Wanted and buy that, probably about $200K. Like, just ridiculous. But the point is smart move, right?
Well, Bad Baby, she's a dipshit. You know who Bad Baby is? Catch Me Outside.
How about that?
Right. So, like, this is how perverted America is. So she was 16 on, was it Povich? No, Dr. Phil. Right?
Yeah.
With the whole.
What do you mean, catch me outside?
Right.
What do you mean by that?
Awful rapper, horrible human being. But she played it fucking smart, because the day she turned 18, she opened an OnlyFans and she broke the server. She made over $1 million in one day.
Yep. I definitely did not see that at all.
No, actually, I told my wife, I was like, I'm signing up for OnlyFans, and I'm just gonna. And she didn't post anything nude at all. I'm like, you fucking bitch.
So, who I just started following on Twitter is remember that chick who got crazy on the airplane that thought she was sitting next to an alien?
No.
There's this really hot chick, and her video went viral. This is probably 6-7 months ago. She was on an airplane, and before the plane took off, she was like, I have to get off this plane. That person back there is not fucking human. And she like made this big deal. And everybody, like, turns out later, she's like, yeah, I might have mixed some drugs that I shouldn't have. Like, but everybody in the video is like, who's that chick? And look at those heavies she's hiding under there. Like, so I follow her on Twitter, and every time she posts, everybody's just like, when's the OnlyFans coming out? When's the OnlyFans coming out? And it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
And if it doesn't, she's a fucking moron.
Yeah,
So
who
she
is
can
the
post-
founder of OnlyFans, by the way? Because
I
he's
don't
got to
know.
make what
Genius.
20% or something. Like,
They're so smart. And the thing is, too, is like, so have you ever watched that podcast called the Whatever Podcast?
no,
It's it's a good premise for a podcast, but it's one of those like you listen to one or two episodes and you're like, okay, I'm done. Um, basically, this dude has on like 5 Instagram chicks or just random girls a week, and they talk about just the modern age of dating. So the first question is usually like age, occupation, how many people have you? Sorry, I have to use young people talk. What's your body count?
I hate that term too.
Are you in a relationship, situationship, single, blah, 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 blah. And every once in a while, they'll have like a conservative Christian dude on there to basically just call them all whores, which is fun. But where was
Is
I
this
going with
the
this?
same podcast
Oh, yeah.
where it's like it's on a table
Yeah.
and
And
it's like
there's like a fake chick in the back with blue hair.
I don't know, but there's one that they typically do like Instagram models or
Yeah, that's the one.
OnlyFans, and
Yep.
they're like, no, I'm just making money, and they just basically call them all whores the whole time.
Well, not every episode, but like they've had like Michael Knowles on and stuff like that. And they'll get into it. And obviously it's all younger chicks. So by and large, every time they're like super woke, left wing.
Naturally,
And so sometimes they'll like talk about abortions and stuff like that, and it gets a little heated. But
Smishmortions.
it's first of all of them have diagnosed mental issues. There's a big fucking surprise. But when they talk about getting on OnlyFans, the amount of fucking money these chicks are making. There's a midget girl that, yeah, I follow her. There's a midget girl that I follow. She's a hot midget. And she makes like $2 million a month on OnlyFans.
A fucking month?
Yeah, bro.
Oh my God.
And
I wish I had good looking feet.
like, I don't follow anybody on Instagram. I wait, or on the OnlyFans. I wait for it to leak, but people are paying it. And like the amount of porn you can get on Pornhub for absolutely free is incredible. But the fact that somebody was smart enough to realize there's all these girls on Instagram, dudes will pay to see a specific girl because they feel like they have some kind of connection with them.
Right.
It's so genius. And it's not just genius for the guy that made it, that I guarantee the founder of that is just got to be fucking rich.
I gotta Google this shit.
Oh, dude.
Founder of OnlyFans.
It's actually really good for the chicks too. I mean, they make a ton of money. And here's the thing. I would endorse a girl having an OnlyFans 80 million times more than a girl doing stupid fucking TikTok dances.
So Timothy Stokely
Okay.
is the founder of OnlyFans, and he's worth $2.1 billion. Like a dick.
Here, take some naked pictures
This
of yourself.
is from Google. I could be
Post
wrong.
them on my website. I'm going to take 50%, but I'm giving you a platform.
Yeah. Fucking 2.1 billion. Jesus
So crazy.
Christ.
But the chicks are making money too. And I got to be honest. Like I said, I like it better than the TikTok. If I see a fucking girl in public doing a TikTok dance, I will shame her on the spot. Or especially if a dude's doing it. But
Ugh.
like,
and the dude's holding
nothing is more annoying
for the girl. Have you seen that?
Such simps. Such
Oh
simps.
my God. It's the worst thing in the world. I'm like, bro, get your shit together.
Well, and here's the thing that drives me nuts, because you know that the chicks that are doing this, they've practiced it multiple times and they've already posted like 50 prior TikTok videos. But every time they do it, they act like they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. Oh my God. With that stupid look on their face, like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm just dancing. This is so fun. Ugh.
Take 5.
Now I'm pissed off.
All right, let's get off OnlyFans.
All right. Yeah. 747. Probably shouldn't say what my phone password is out loud here. Let's see. Cheesecake
Well, I know
Factory.
your debit card password.
Caitlin
You want me to say
Clark.
that?
No. You know what? Hold on. I got a subject, but I want to hear more about growers versus showers.
I don't even remember where I was going with it.
Well,
But
it's first of all, it's a real thing. Okay, because
it is a real thing.
I watch
True.
enough porn to know that I'm average.
I
But
am.
in a gym locker room, I'm maybe in the third percentile. Like,
No, my wife gives me shit because, like, first thing in the morning, get out of the shower, and I don't go fuck. I walk around naked. Like, it's my house. I don't care.
we're married, you're stuck with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally different than 11 p.m. hot tub dick.
Totally.
Those are two different penises.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right. And then I explained to her the other day, I was like, well, I'm getting older too, so it's getting smaller. And she's like, what? I'm like, no, it gets smaller with age. And she's like, that's not a thing. I was like, it's 100% a thing.
Is it a thing? I thought it got bigger as you got older, and that was the reason why old dudes at the gym always walk around naked.
No, your balls get bigger. But we both take a lot of
Oh.
tests, so our balls are not big.
That's also
Yeah.
true.
My balls have taken a loss, but who gives a shit
Yeah.
about balls?
Totally worth it.
No, the girls in the shower things. Like,
would you
Luke,
rather be the same size though, limp and big, or would you rather just
that's the
like
segue.
under
Luke,
promise,
remember
over
Luke
deliver? Oh yeah,
had a
cock.
huge dick. Like,
Yeah, he was
it
always
huge.
showing my girlfriend.
He would
I
show
was like
everybody. He didn't give a fuck.
I was dating Kristen, and he would show her his dick all the time and be like, dude, she's not gonna fuck you. She
Right.
might have fucked. She might have fucked him.
But he had a huge dick. But he would show everybody. Unfortunately, in a non-homosexual standpoint, not that there's anything wrong with that, I've seen it erect.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same size.
Right, and probably not as hard.
So I'm like, okay, maybe growers are better because it's like, surprise.
Right. But it does make it difficult in junior high.
Very difficult. They don't shower anymore, by the way, in junior high
Really?
or high school. Like, you go to gym and you just change into your clothes.
I just remember the subtle art of trying to like do something, shake around or something to where I could get just a little bit of blood in there, but you don't want so much that it looks like you're popping wood because then you'll get made fun of. Junior high's tough, man.
Yeah. And then you got
No.
the fucking, I can't say their names, but they were giants. And they had like fucking chest hair. And they were just huge people.
In like 10th grade.
In like 10th grade. And they were brothers. Yeah. They're 1 year apart. And they used to like slip and slide in the shower.
Yes, I remember that.
Yes. And they were like full grown men. And I'm like 14, just like, Jesus Christ, that's a huge
I had
dick.
like one pube.
Right. And you try to wrap it around your penis to look like you're fully no.
But I was also the best, second best roller skater at the roller rink. So I was getting plenty of handies. Probably more than them. So
probably not.
Gets the last laugh.
Oh fuck.
Where was I going with that? Oh, you know what really sucked in junior high? We were in junior high at a time when number one, I was better than you. That's number one.
We actually have to tell this story because I've hit that note a few times.
I mean, you can tell it if you want, but anyway, in junior high, I went through a bit of a preppy phase when I was hanging out with Tori, right?
We're gonna call him TG.
I'm wearing Calvin Klein, shirt. I got like, I'm tucking it in. I'm tucking in my shirt, which is a dangerous move in junior high, right? And I just remember that bus ride to school was very bumpy. And every fucking day, by the time the bus stopped, I'm in junior high. I'm full of hormones. Big fucking boner, tucked in shirt. And you had to do like the thing where you like tuck it up in the belt.
Oh, you tuck it in the belt, 100%.
Oh, the good old tuck up, and then you just hold like a book in front of it. But yeah, I can't even, like, the amount of fucking anxiety from going in showers and all the bullshit back then, and now they don't even have to deal with it.
No.
I feel like that was a pivotal thing growing up. Like, I know you shouldn't make a pecking order based off of who's got the bigger dicks, but reality is reality. That is the pecking order, right? Life is a pissing contest.
Touche.
Yeah. And if we let these kids avoid that pissing contest,
No, it takes
what
away
kind of
from
service are we doing for them?
I mean,
Especially
basically the internet.
like,
So like now you can be a badass on the internet,
yeah,
right?
that's also
You
true.
just say whatever you fucking want to say, but not in real life. And it
Yeah.
all goes back to the locker room. Like, you want to talk shit? Let's go to the locker room.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, we definitely had a good number of fights at our school. But one of them has always stuck out to me where, like, if I ever run into this motherfucker again, I'm just going to look at him and laugh and tell this story. But like, I was in inline skating in high school. So every day we would spend an hour playing roller hockey. And this dude who was a year older than, I'm not going to name names, than the other guy, has a problem with him or whatever. So instead of fighting him with skates on, as you do in hockey, this motherfucker went, took his, and of course he was this guy was like a piece of shit, preppy fucking asshole, right?
Weren't you
Anyways,
just saying you tucked your shirt in?
yeah, well, I'm also a piece of shit preppy asshole, but not like a real, I was posing. I didn't have money. I wasn't a real preppy. So he takes his fucking skates off and then comes back in the room and fucking serves this guy a 2-piece and a biscuit while the other guy still has skates on. So a total fucking advantage, right?
Right.
Takes his skates off and then kicks a guy's ass when he's got his fucking skates on and can barely stand up and is like, oh, fucking kicked his ass. What a piece of shit.
People suck.
Yeah, people do suck.
All right.
But at least back then it wasn't fucking videotaped. You get in a fight, you win, you lose, nobody cares 3 days later. Nobody cares.
1996. In 1996.
Year of our Lord.
Pretty sure it was 96.
Yep.
Trying to do math here. Might have been 95.
96.
Anyways.
That's when T-Boz wore the one button PJs.
Yeah, it was around that era. My dad used to wake me up early to take me to school so I didn't have to ride the bus, blah, blah, blah. So I got to school early. I was doing homework, sitting on the floor. And not that I ever did homework, but on this rare occasion, I was reading and doing homework. And this douchebag comes in.
Nerd.
In a suit, in a limo.
It was my birthday.
Was it your birthday?
My birthday's on fucking Halloween.
I know your birthday. Was it your birthday? That's why this existed?
It was my birthday. We had me and the boys that decided we were gonna go as Italian gangsters. We spent first of all,
this makes more sense. I didn't know this back end of the story. I didn't know it was your birthday.
We got suits from Goodwill. Okay. We made fake cigars out of like dowels from the fucking craft store. Okay. Right? My grandma paid for that limo because she wanted to make my
grandma paid for the limo.
My grandma paid for that.
Oh, this makes the story better. Better for you, not me.
So in other words, like, I was feeling pretty chippy. Like,
okay, that kind of reverses the story a little bit. So, anyways,
I didn't know you at all for some reason.
We knew of each other. We did not get along.
Right.
So this douchebag Jesse comes in. I'm doing homework, sitting on the floor. They roll in a limo. He's hanging out with TG, wearing suits, and they roll in, and I just start busting up laughing. This is junior high, by the way.
Just one more thing, why I'm better than you. I had the Calvin Klein Escape that had just came out. Like, it's fucking smelling on point, son.
It's actually awesome your grandma paid for the limo. I didn't know that part. Yeah, so anyways, you come strutting into school, I just start busting up laughing.
Fucking peacock. Fucking peacocking.
So we're chest to chest now, and you're screaming at me, and we're about to get
Nobody's into a fight. Screaming at anybody. You stayed sitting on the ground the whole time.
Really? Then
The
finish
way
the
I
story.
recall it, you just laughed at me and I said, "Fuck you, dude. I'm better than you."
Yes, that's the punchline. I'm better than you. I was like, bro, you live in the trailer a mile from my house.
Pretty ballsy move for a guy that can't fight, by the way. Talking about myself.
So again, for everybody that's listening, all 4 people, it's been a running joke in our friendship from then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck, I'm better than you. What a
Yeah.
fucking line.
It makes it awkward when I beat you at everything. Which is also a lie. You're better than me at golf, pool. Those are pretty much the only 2 things we play. I'd say we're about even in tennis, but it's been a long time.
Dude, I haven't picked up a racket in years.
But we should fucking play at some point. I missed
Probably
you.
have a heart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I almost died today.
Hold
golfing.
on. I got to take a sip for Jeremy on that one.
Yep, sorry for that one. That was a joke. Then it.
I know. It's okay, dude. It's all right. Those who don't know, I had a good buddy that had a heart attack this week. He was only 44, and it fucking sucks. So that's all.
So yeah, yesterday I did the floors in the bathroom. I sent you a picture. It turned out pretty good. So that's a lot of walking back and forth from the shop, cutting back, forth, back, forth. So I did like 1,500 steps. I was sore as shit. And then I golfed today. And for the listeners, I walk. I don't cart. I walk.
Yeah, gangsters don't dance. We boogie.
Right.
That's right.
Dude, by the 3rd hole, I was like, I am so fucking sore. Like,
Mhm.
can we get a cart on the back 9?
Wait, you were walking the course?
Yes, I always walk.
Damn.
Yeah, I only cart during the tournament. I always walk.
I like walking when I've got the because I've got like the 3-wheel thing for the
Right,
golf
right,
bag.
right.
And for somebody like me who sucks at golf, like I'm basically only driving the cart 20 feet. So
Well, it's easier to find your ball when you walk too, because you're like, I hit it right there, and then you just walk to your fucking ball.
100%.
But no, I'm so fucking sore. I need a weekend for my weekend.
Yeah, I got to get a couple practice rounds in. Speaking of I'm better than you, my brother has always been better than me at literally every fucking sport. And I know I'm not going to beat him in golf, but it'd be nice if I could at least just like kind of hang. You know what I mean?
No, your brother's a great golfer. It actually pisses me off. And it also pisses me off because he just started playing.
Mm-hmm.
Because typical stoner Steve has played disc golf for 20 years. And then he just started playing real golf. And he's like, this is actually more fun. I'm like, yeah, dipshit. Welcome to being an adult.
Yeah.
And now he's murdering.
Another example. Grower and a shower, right? Right? Same genetics. Monster cock.
Yeah, I've never seen your brother's dick.
Well, ask your sister about it.
Oh,
Sorry.
too soon.
Oh,
With that
boy.
said, though, I've had this conversation with people of Jesus Christ, I'm checking out my beer fridge.
Oh, you put a beer fridge down there?
Oh yeah, of course I did.
Oh, isn't it one of those old timey ones?
Yeah.
Nice.
Are you really friends with somebody if you haven't seen their penis?
I've never seen your penis.
Which is weird.
I've literally heard you have sex within
counts.
10 feet of me more times than I have fingers, but never seen your cock. I'm honestly,
I would
I'm
say
just
I've
waiting for the day when
seen-
we're at the lake, when I feel like I'm at a perfect mass, and I'm just going to show you to get it out of the way.
I've probably seen 90% of my friends naked.
Yeah.
At some point, male and female, by the way. Just you're at the lake, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Wait,
happens.
you saw females with dicks?
I have no. I don't have any female friends with dicks.
Oh, you just mean naked?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right. Third point.
Mm-hmm.
T Swift.
Oh, dude, Tay Day was the other day.
Yeah, so I call you.
Called Tay Day
I don't know why the fuck it's called that, by the way. I didn't even know it was a day.
because it was the release of Taylor Swift's new album. 32 songs on that bitch. All of them mediocre as shit.
So I turn on the fucking radio, driving to work. A song comes on. I'm just like, God damn it. I knew it was her because it just sounds awful. So I
Some
call
of her
you.
songs are okay. I'm not going to diss on her for that. She's handled her career in an amazing fashion. Somehow she's got people believing that even though she's in her fucking 40s at this point, or at least upper 30s, that she's still 23 and acts
I wonder how
23.
old she is. I'm going to Google that shit too. Point being, so we both believe that the government is slowly trying to dumb down America.
Taylor Swift is a psyop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So people that listen to Taylor Swift and enjoy the music are fucking retarded, is the entire point.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I listen once in a while.
Billion? She's worth 1.1 billion?
Yeah,
Ugh.
dude. Dude, she got $3,000 a ticket in sold out football stadiums.
Fuck, I'm older than her. She's 34. God damn it.
Yeah. And she will continue to get that money. And I am, like I said, it's all a psyop. This Travis Kelce thing, I don't know if it's, actually, I do think that one's real. So, you know, Debbie.
Yeah.
Debbie's Debbie's all about Harry and Meghan. They're the best. Super stupid, in my opinion. But she's also all about T Swift and Travis Kelce. And Travis Kelce, to me, is the worst kind of dude because he looks like a bro, you know, big dude, football player, beard. But then he takes a bunch of money to do a bunch of fucking Pfizer vaccine commercial stuff.
Right.
And, you know, he shows up to the Super Bowl wearing a fucking purse. Like, I know everybody loves Travis Kelce. The older I get, the more I'm learning to trust my instinct when I see people. Like, I always thought P. Diddy was a piece of shit. Something isn't right about that guy. And now we're being proven right. And I can't think of any other examples, but there's at least 5 of people that are just like, where I'm like, you know what? My initial instinct on this one, I don't like him. Same with Meghan Markle. I was like, this, like when everybody was praising them when it first started, you know, I was like, now I got a bad feeling about this one.
That whole situation is fucking weird. Did you watch the documentary?
No, I mean, I watched part of the thing with Oprah. And it's basically just like, so you're pissed off because you literally sought out to meet Prince Harry. You got him in your grasp, married him, and now you're pissed off that you're getting too much attention.
Well, no, they got X from the family, which is insane.
No, they volunteered to get X from the family. They said, we don't want to be part of the royal family anymore. We still want the money. We still want the security.
Right. I don't want to
want people
work.
to pay attention to us. Once again, every time something happens in this world that we live on, South Park nails it perfectly. They had an
Tyler
episode.
Perry is part of this conundrum.
Oh, I know.
As well.
He lent him the house.
Right. And like,
yeah,
that guy is weird.
Like, yeah, I don't understand how he's so rich. I'm not part of that. I've never seen a Tyler Perry anything. I think he's genius the way he markets, like putting his name on everything that he does.
Right.
But I don't get it.
It's like,
but I also don't understand how Adam Sandler got so
like
rich.
DJ Common, right? DJ Khaled, DJ Khaled, and then they play the music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, so South Park did a whole episode where they basically like they moved to South Park, Harry and Meghan, to get away from the paparazzi. But then they have a parade holding signs saying, please give us our privacy. So it's like, you know, just leave us alone. But Please pay attention to me. It's total bullshit. I went on that a little bit too much. I had one more topic here, and it's
You haven't said any topics.
Yeah, I know. No, I talked about the Instagram chicks.
Oh,
I have two more topics here. I talked about the Cheesecake Factory, bands that confuse me. So we talk about this a lot. I like, yeah, like there's nothing wrong with Nickelback. They make great music. It's the fans that ruin it.
Right, because they're wearing like Fight Club shirts or what is that? American Fighter and the bedazzled jeans.
Oh yeah, a lot of affliction going on.
Yeah.
So there's other bands like, I'll say like Evanescence, and this one came on the radio the other day, Seether, where it's like supposedly they're heavy metal, but they're basically like a ballad.
Right.
And you just know that the dudes that listen to that have long hair and make loud noises when they fuck.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I know this because like when I first moved to Portland and I was living
You're
in this
fucking a dude?
No, I wasn't. I came later. So, but I lived in this studio apartment and the thin fucking walls. The dude that lived next to me, him and his girlfriend, who would, by the way, they had a fucking wooden canoe that they would like carry in and out of their apartment, which I thought was funny.
Sounds very Portlandish.
He was like a big dude, long hair, definitely had a Celtic tattoo or two. The guy that fucking wears a kilt to every wedding, even though he's never fucking been to Scotland.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
That's the kind of guy that listens to Seether. And that guy made so much noise when they had sex. She didn't make a sound. So.
What were the noises?
Very, very primal. A lot of grunting. Like, I actually kind of respect it. Like, it's an alpha move. I don't know. It's just weird. Dudes making weird noises during sex weirds me out.
Yeah, I'm haunted by this one story, which I shouldn't tell, but I'm going to. It's kind of a family joke at this point. So when we moved up here from San Diego in like 89 or whatever the fuck, we lived with our grandparents, my parents' parents.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom overheard them having sex.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And my grandma, who was Norman Rockwell painting, perfect grandma ever.
Mm-hmm.
Basically the opposite of your grandma.
What? My grandma
was a sweetheart. Betty, I love Betty, but
listen,
Betty was swear.
Dorothy Mantooth is a saint, okay?
But this grandma never swore, like fucking ironed my grandpa's handkerchiefs, like ironed the sheets, like just was like the grandma that baked and did everything.
Mm-hmm.
So she's been called Chick her entire life for whatever reason, like from birth. Okay. I actually can't remember her real name, but she's always just been Granny Chick.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is your cousin still hot?
What cousin? And I can't answer that.
I just remember going to your grandparents the one time I met your grandfather on your dad's side, and you had a cousin that was wearing like basically the first Lululemons that ever came out. She's so hot. What's her name?
I don't know. I have like 64 fucking cousins, dude.
The hot cousin, Joe.
Fuck. Anyways.
Your family's Jen. Every family has a hot cousin. We ran into mine at Home Depot. I commented on a chick with a hot ass. 5 seconds later, found out it was my cousin.
Who's still hot?
Yeah, I'm sure she is.
Jesus Christ.
Second cousin, by the way. Second cousin. That's legal in some states.
Anyways, the punchline is my mom heard it, and my grandpa said, "Hold me, Chick," as he's coming to climax.
Wait a minute.
You-
I thought it was they heard your parents doing it.
No.
Wow, good for them. Still in the game.
Dude, they had 11 kids. Like, get the fuck off her.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's worthy of an Owen Wilson right there. Wow.
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 Oh, Jesus.
That's awesome. I had one more. Yeah. So dudes making noise during sex weirds me out.
I
And
would
then the
like to
last
touch base
one.
on that because we were really drunk this weekend in Leavenworth last weekend.
Ooh.
So
Now hold on. Caveat. If you're role playing, it's okay.
I have actually never role played.
Oh, really?
No,
Oh, that's fun.
never.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
No,
Not going to get into it. Maybe another
no.
episode. All right.
Just, I can't
Mhm.
picture my wife doing that.
I have a really good Australian accent. The only other thing I was going to talk about was all these people lighting themselves on fire lately.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? My
Dude.
friend just sent me a video of some Republican dude that lit
Well, he
himself on
wasn't
fire.
outside of the Trump trial, right?
Yeah.
Not a Republican.
Oh.
Is it?
Well, she's a liberal, and she was like, "Oh, you're fucking people." I'm like, that doesn't seem like my people.
That's the problem. Whenever we get a news story now, there's a sprint by everybody to find out which side the person is on so that
Right.
we can place blame. So, of course, when this story first came out, it was this guy's a conspiracy theorist. So, of course, everybody immediately jumped on oh, well, he must be a fucking conservative because those are all the conspiracy theorists.
Fucking
As I
mega.
like to call it, people that were proven right 3 months later, every single fucking time. Because every conspiracy theory in the last 6 years has been proven correct within about 3 or 4 months. Your screen is frozen. Ooh,
And I forgot. Like,
there you go.
I'm not mega.
No.
I have friends that wear mega hats. I'm
MAGA,
not blue haired. I have friends that have blue hair. Like, both of us are pretty in the fucking middle.
Center
on
right.
both.
Center right.
Center
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Like, I have friends with blue hair. I have friends with mega hats. Like, I'm just a human that just calls bullshit when I see bullshit. So
Mhm.
like 2 episodes ago, we were like getting pretty political. I'm like, I just want to make a point that like I really don't give a shit.
I just
I
thought it
am
was a
upset
solid
though.
joke.
This is a true story and probably going to federal prison. I had to buy a gun part that I couldn't get shipped here. So Jesse bought it for me in Portland and then shipped it to me.
Dude, you
You
don't
can't say that out loud.
incriminate. Don't incriminate me. I did nothing of the sort. Nope. Did not do it.
Which is
It is
so
hold
fucking
on.
stupid.
It is a felony to ship things using the Federal Postal Service. So if you're going to do it, use UPS.
But it's asinine. Like, I can't even buy a gun holster on fucking Amazon and ship
That's
it
ridiculous.
to Washington State. Like, I have my concealed weapons permit. Like, how do you conceal the weapon, but you can't buy things?
I'm pulled over. I can't pull over anymore.
I can't pull over any further.
Yeah. So this guy was I don't know if I would call him left or right. He was a conspiracy theorist. He had multiple social media posts where he said that basically Trump and Hillary Clinton were working together to pull a coup on the entire world and enslave us all.
That makes sense.
So this guy was just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like at the end of the day, the problem nowadays is you're not allowed to just say, yeah, that bitch is crazy. Like that dude was just crazy. So and like the other guy that set himself on fire recently, the Air Force veteran.
Yeah, that was a couple
That
months
guy's
ago, but,
just
like,
a fucking moron. The whole free Palestine. I'm going to set myself on fire for Palestine.
right.
Like,
Immediate
you realize they
regretted
hate
that.
you, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That guy is
What a
just a
fucking idiot.
fucking idiot. But that political discussion there, I thought of a potentially great joke. I'm
scared.
bipolitical because I lean center right, but my penis leans center left.
Like,
Nice. Yeah, people are crazy. Don't get so swallowed up. I will say, of course, the mantra is don't let politics rule your life, right? But I have found myself lately being much more vocal with my opinions because I think that the right is losing because we're too quiet. Like, you could have somebody give you the wrong number of fries at McDonald's, and Antifa will be out there and they will fucking protest, right? They're loud about everything. And so they get all the attention and they're fucking winning. The left is winning.
because they're loud.
It's probably too fucking late. And the right keeps just being like, oh, well, we're going to trust the system. We'll beat them at the ballot box, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, it's not fucking working. And at some point, especially like, in my occupation, like, I'm done being quiet. Like,
I will
I'll
say
share my
though, like,
political
I
views at
hire a
work,
lot of
don't care.
kids,
Mhm.
and the new generation of children, and I say kids like 16 to 22,
Mhm.
there's a lot of them out there that are very right, and they don't realize they're right. They just realize
Exactly.
everything's fucked up.
Right. But that's the problem. You don't have enough conservatives that are willing to engage people and be honest about their opinions. Mostly because we've been taught that if we express our opinions, we're either going to get fired or go to jail.
Right.
So like everybody says, oh, the silent majority, the silent majority. The silent majority needs to fucking speak up or shut the fuck up. Because at this point, the game's already lost at this point. Like you have to if your convictions hold any weight at all, you should be willing to express them. Because if only one side is going to do the talking, they're going to win.
So you remember like 10 years ago when we didn't speak for 3 months because you were a hardcore liberal?
Yeah, as
This is
most
a
young
true
people
story.
are. Most young people are. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny how quickly you changed.
Well, the old adage is if you're young and vote, if you're a young conservative, you have no heart. If you're an old liberal, you have no brain. Right? So most people, that's like a commonly known thing. Most people are liberal when they're younger, mostly
Well,
because
most people are
they don't
liberal at
have any.
heart.
Well, yeah,
Like,
they don't have any
everybody wants to
skin in the
help
game
everybody
yet.
else, or should want to help everybody else.
Yeah. The problem is we used to be center left, center right. The game has moved so far to the left that even people with center left opinions are considered radical right wingers nowadays. Bill Maher this Friday on his show, and I still watch Bill Maher. He drives me fucking nuts a lot of the time, but I've watched his show forever, and I'm one of those people that truly believe I want to see news on both sides so that I
Right.
can see where the bullshit is. I don't want to be in an echo
Yeah.
chamber.
Yeah, I
So
had friends that were like, "Why do you even listen to this dude?" I'm like, "'Cause you want to hear both sides. Like,
yeah,
you
I want to
can't
know what
just
they're up
put
to.
yourself in a fucking box."
Yeah, I want to hear both sides because I think a lot of people still have pretty liberal moral values, right? And by that I mean, liberals used to be all about no wars, equality of opportunity, and everybody love everybody. And those are great values. And we've moved so far to the left that those are now conservative values. Conservatives are the ones that don't want war, that want best person for the job. You know, it's weird. I was going somewhere with that and I totally lost it. Oh yeah, Bill Maher. So Bill Maher, he does this thing at the end of his show every time called New Rules. And his last rule, he'll usually rant for like 8 minutes. And this week it was about, you know, basically how the left needs to get over all of this, like basically bullying over gender issues. Like we should be able to admit that you probably shouldn't have drag queen story time. If you want representation for children, bring in somebody in a wheelchair to read them a story. Show them that kind of diversity. Show them
Right.
that kind of perseverance. Don't bring in a fucking man dressed as a woman with their tits hanging out and teach your kids to put $1 bills into their waistband.
Right. You can't sexualize children.
Right.
And that's what
so
they're doing.
Bill Maher said this, and it was like this huge thing. And basically, he was going off on this whole new thing about how Nickelodeon and Disney are all perverts. And I've been saying this forever. Like, as soon as we were, I never really like when we watched Nickelodeon as kids, it was all about getting slimed, right?
We touch base
Or
on
like,
this.
Hey Dude, or stuff like that. And now when you watch Nickelodeon, it's like 13-year-old girls in 2 hours worth of makeup,
With
perfect
cleavage.
hair, and fucking booty shorts. Like
Right.
it's kids don't fucking look like that. And if they do, they shouldn't.
Right.
So yeah, it's all fucking perverted. And of course, all the kids that are child actors that work in those environments come out completely fucked up. And it's just a bunch of pedophiles.
Or got fucked by Diddy.
Could have been fucked by Diddy. Yeah. I don't have anything else, Joe.
I thought we got too political on the show for sure.
We definitely did. And we do not aim to be a political show. We aim to be a dick joke show.
Yeah.
But we live in a crazy world right now. Once in a while, politics are going to come into it. But next show, we'll try not to inject politics.
Yeah. More penis.
More penis and boobs. Yes. Ooh, that could be a great fucking. We're trying to do top 5 lists for the show. We've been saying it forever, and we've only done it once.
Top
But
five
we need
tits?
like top 5, like probably top 5 topless scenes
Ooh.
from what do you say, 90 to 2005? Top of my head,
Jimmy Presley, all of them.
yeah. That one where Silent Bob's head goes through the wall in Mallrats.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
like a half a
who
second.
was that chick?
I
She
forget
has a
her
weird
name,
voice.
but they're like tiny but perfect.
Right. Yeah, that's a good scene.
Yeah. I just watched this show or this movie with fucking Jen Lawrence, where she's like basically paid to date like a 19-year-old to bring him out of his shell. It's called No
Yeah, I
Hard
want to
Feelings.
watch that. Is it good?
It's pretty fucking good, dude. But she has
Yeah,
one
it looks-
scene where like she literally gets in a fight on the beach completely naked. And somebody like punches her right in the vag and she just goes down. It's pretty fucking funny. It's a good movie.
It looked like it would be funny.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not a
pretty
big
good.
Jennifer Lawrence fan, but
Neither am I. I don't like how she's like, I'm just a normal girl. I'm just like totally normal. She's every chick in high school that thought she was smarter than everybody and ended up with just a bunch of tattoos and a shitty job. But somehow she got into Hollywood because she did. She dropped out of high school. She went to Hollywood because she was too smart for everybody. But you know, she's carved out a nice little career for herself. So,
well, one day our podcast will be rich as shit.
yeah, we're still we're at 8 listeners still. Looking for more. So
we have more than 8.
I know we got more than 8, but you got to share the show. Share the show. We got some stickers coming out. If you want a sticker,
got a hat.
I got the hat. But we do have a bunch of stickers. So I will mail you a sticker if you want to put one on your car.
I don't put stickers on my car.
For the listeners, Joe.
Oh.
The listeners. Your entire car is a sticker, by the way. So you're lying.
That's my old truck.
Okay. So if you're watching on YouTube and you want a sticker, leave a comment down below. We can DM. I'll get your address. I'll mail you a sticker.
For free.
Maybe for free. No, yeah, it'll be free.
Just postage.
And
Send
just
me a
share,
quarter.
share it on the Instagrams. Listen, we
That's a
started
fun
this
story,
show.
by the way, too. So, okay, sorry. Sidebar. Years ago, I'm from the country. So, Kay didn't have postage on the so she was like, I can't mail this. I was like, oh, just tape a quarter to it and they'll take care of it. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was like, well, that's how I grew up. If you didn't have postage, you just taped a quarter to it and the mailman will put a fucking stamp on it. And she goes, that's not a thing. I was like, I totally thought it was a thing.
It's like paying your person in cash so that they can pocket it.
Right.
You know, they actually appreciate it.
Well, and at the time it was a quarter, but now it's, I don't even know what a stamp is. It's like $1.
I don't know. But yeah, share the show. There was something else there, but you totally sidetracked me. It was really good too.
Sponsors.
We are going to have Scott on at some point. He's in.
Yeah, make that happen.
Yeah, we got to hear Scott's story. It's fucking awesome. So, all right, until next time, this is the Real for Life podcast. Like, subscribe, share, because I hate my job and I just want to do this instead. Have a good one.
See ya.
See ya.